Most of you aren't subscribed. Make sure to conquer the subscribe button, as it helps out the channel. Without further ado, following Ark, we see he's taken his first quest, a simple one, tasked with guarding herb collector. Asking for directions, Ark is guided through a peaceful village, heading towards a house. In the house we see two little girls, Marka and Helena, enjoying their meal. When they hear a knocking, Marka runs to get the door, only to have Ark tower over Marka, who wonders why a knight is here. Before Marka breaks down into tears, at the sight of Ark's terrifying stature, Ark reveals that he's here to escort her to retrieve herbs. Apparently, Ark had accepted a simple quest, as to not stand out in the world, and had been warned to be gentle with the villagers. Sitting down, Ark apologizes for looking so scary, which Marka wonders why such a prestigious being is accepting her lowly quest. But Ark reassures her that there is no mistake, as Ark personally has an interest in learning about herbs himself. Happy to hear that, Marka asks if they could head out right away, running off to get ready. Happily trotting through the forest, Ark asks Marka for the reason she wants to complete the quest so fast, having assumed that it might be related to the increase in boar sightings around the village. Sadly, Marka reveals that her father had passed recently, and it was his job to pick herbs. Therefore she wants to share her mother's burden, by helping out, but her mother would never approve of such actions, so she must pick the herbs before she comes home. Almost brought to tears, Ark is delighted to accompany such a noble young girl, as when he was her age, all he did was game. Wanting to help her pick tons, to impress her mother, they head deeper into the forest, where Marka spots Kokora herb, meant to help with cuts and scrapes. Complimenting Marka's knowledge of herbs, Marka gets flustered, wanting to venture deeper into the forest. But suddenly Ark senses a nearby presence, ordering Marka to come back and stay close. Approaching a bush, Ark spots a multi-tailed squirrel, clearly agitated due to its injury. Reaching out, the squirrel bites Ark's fingers, but Ark allows it, as he gently lifts the creature up. Thinking of a spell, Ark begins casting a healing spell that heals the creature's cut, impressing both the squirrel and Marka. Running circles around Ark, the squirrel is clearly grateful for Ark, wanting to stay with Ark. Thinking of a name for the creature, Ark refers back to the creature's fluffy tail, naming it Ponta. Happy about its name, Ponta begins scuttering around Ark's armor, as Ark has now added a new companion. Back at the village, a hunter collapses to his knees, having discovered a dangerous creature in the forest. Having come back, Shona, Marka's mother, is asked if she had sent Marka into the forest, but Shona states that Marka should be at home, learning that she had gone into the forest, where this mysterious creature is. Back with Ark, we see that Marka has led him to the Kobumi tree, an all-white tree, fully in bloom. Happy to see Marka enjoying her time, Ponta and Ark both sense danger, as a creature awakes from its slumber. Towering over Marka, Ark realizes that this creature must have been the one that gave Ponta his scar. Raising its feet, the creature stomps on the frightened Marka, only to realize she has disappeared. Having saved Marka, Ark readies his blade, as the creature lets out a poison fog. Instantly teleporting from its sight, the creature swings around, letting out a terrifying roar, which allows Ark to deduce that the creature is a giant basilisk. As the creature claws at Ark, Ark is seen not budging, even jumping back and evading the creature's outstretched tongue. Maniacally marching forward, the creature continues to barrage Ark, as he has no choice to continue to defend, as Marka hides behind Ark. Trying to spot a pattern in the creature's movements, the basilisk's eyes become red, as it gazes in Ark's direction, petrifying every living thing in its path. Luckily, Ark makes use of his shield, nullifying the creature's effects, as Ark triumphantly mocks and blocks the creature's attacks. Spotting an opening in the creature's movements, Ark encases the creature in a spell, opting for a top-tier spell, penetrating the creature with a giant magic blade. Having not expected to one-shot the creature, Ark quietly celebrates the kill, reassuring Marka that the danger is gone. Jumping in joy, Marka can't wait to tell the villagers about Ark's feat, but Ark asks Marka to keep their adventure a secret, which Marka agrees to. Inspecting the basilisk's corpse, Ark spots a strange ring around the creature's leg, right before it disappears. Apparently, the increased sighting of boars around the village was most likely due to the sudden appearance of the basilisk. Before the two head back to the village, Ark reasons it would be best to bring back a boar, as a present to the villagers. Amazed at the giant creature, Ark states that he'll take all the valuable parts of the boar for himself, but the meat should be divided amongst the villagers. Seeing her mother, Marka attempts to explain her situation, but her mother simply embraces her, happy to see that her daughter is okay. Stepping in, Ark apologizes for not consulting her, before allowing Marka to enter the forest, but reassures her that Marka loves her mother dearly. Happy that Marka and her mother have made up, Ark chats with the other villagers, as they wonder if Ark had encountered a powerful creature in the forest, which Ark says he didn't, as only Marka and him know the truth. That evening, Ark makes his final remarks, as Helena gives Ark a flower crown, and Marka pets Ponta. Before Ark departs, he reassures Marka that their paths will cross one day. That night, we witnessed hundreds of soldiers rally together to slay another giant basilisk, suffering 15 casualties and 38 wounded. As the men make their way around the village, the leaders stumble onto the basilisk that Ark slayed, able to figure out that a single person was able to slay the creature so elegantly, and only with a single blow. Wondering what type of god or devil slayed it, we cut to Ark and Ponta enjoying a pleasant well-earned meal, as Ark sets his sights on completing a harder quest.